This is the Murray River Queen, home tonight. Well, for a couple of nights actually. While we get the issues with the ram sorted and have a look around Renmark. So this old girl, she's had a bit of a life and now she's having new life breathed into her. Accommodation right on the river. And all the lawns and everything through Renmark is just, they're looking absolutely beautiful at the moment. Oh, there's Aiden up there, waiting, always waiting patiently for me. Aiden, what's going on? We're on the road without a home. No van, no tailgate camper, and we're convoying. There's Bronze Betsy, for those of you that haven't seen my baby. This is Bronze Betsy. And Bronze Betsy is currently tailgating the ram all the way to Mildura. We don't know where we're going to sleep. We have no home on wheels, which is so weird for us. Isn't it? Just feels weird. So we're back in Mildura again, everyone. Yep. Leaving the ram with our mate at American Motors to try and get the issue sorted. Far out. It's Aiden's second trip to Mildura this week from home base. Then we managed to get halfway across Australia to Kimba and the central locking cacked itself, which isn't so bad. You'd think if you could use the key, but no, we couldn't use the key. We had to, the panic alarm kept going off. So here we are back at Mildura trying to get everything fixed so we can get the bush tracker on the back. It's totally naked at the moment. The tailgate camp has gone as well. Not the best travel times at the moment, but that's travel life, isn't it? You never quite know what's next. Leaving your baby, love?
I am.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I've got you to keep me company.
We just dropped the ram off at in Mildura, and it was a bit busy for us to stay there, wasn't it, Aiden?
A little bit. We have stayed there before.
We have stayed there before, yes. So we wanted a dose of the river, and because we don't have our accommodation on board, we decided that we'd give ourselves a little treat and stay somewhere. So I looked up all the cabins and all the motel rooms. It's so foreign to us because we're so used to having our home on our back. Isn't it? It's a bit weird. And I came across this, the Murray River Queen. The old paddle steamer boat has been turned into accommodation in Renmark, and the prices are really reasonable compared to what you're paying for the cabins and things. And as you can see, we've scored a great room. You excited, Aiden?
Yep.
Because we're actually at the river level, as you can see. Absolutely beautiful. Aiden really hasn't had a chance to look around Renmark before, so we thought, well, we have to drive all that way, let's make it worth it. So come for a look inside. It's actually pretty cool. I think it cost us $159 a night. So, you know, compared to some of the cabins these days, it's quite reasonable. But how cool to be able to lay in bed and look at the river. Feeling very spoiled. So I don't know how, but we managed to score this little, it's called the Riverside Suite. They've all been recently refurbished. They don't have any kitchen, but they have got a little bar kitchen there with a microwave and a fridge. And then, you know, you've got your TV, got a little space to sit, to just look at the river, air conditioning. Aiden makes the room look tiny, but this is the best bit. This is the view from bed. So not complaining about that. And you know, for those of us that like caravanning and camping, this is feeling a bit spoilt. A shower and a loo. Yeah. Bit spoilt. Anyhow, it doesn't take much to please us, but this is definitely something a bit different for us, the river. So we thought, why not make the most of it and just enjoy it and watch it roll on by. So I forgot to say that the boat is docked basically in the centre of Renmark, down on the water. So that's the other reason we decided to stop here, is because we can walk everywhere really to check everything out, except for maybe the distillery that we read about. Tomorrow might be having a little look-see at that. Anyhow, basically we're just trying to make the most of the time we have when we haven't got the camper or the caravan. So here I am looking pretty average. I had a really rough night, and you know, the reason I post this stuff is because, you know, people think traveling and all of that is just one big long holiday, and real life doesn't kind of get in the way, but it really does. And if you haven't caught up on our videos before, I'm celiac, and it's actually one of the reasons that we love traveling with the tailgate camper and the caravan, is because I can really monitor all the food that I have, because not only am I celiac, I've got a lot of other allergies as well. And most pubs and things now are really good, and you go through it all with them. It doesn't matter what you do. I still have times when I'll get a gluten-free meal and, you know, something's not quite right. Could be cross-contamination. And obviously it's a risk that I take every time I go out, which we don't actually go out a lot because of that. It just wipes me out. So we're on this beautiful little room in the houseboat, and I'm glad that I've got the water to watch going by at the moment. Because I've been up most of the night, crook as a dog, and actually trying to get my shit together, for want of a better word, so we can get out and enjoy having a look around Renmark. So give me a few hours and I'll be, when I can actually keep something down and, you know, rehydrate, I'll be back out there, you know. So I am thankful that we've got this room to be in, but Ada and I were talking about it and saying that it's, you know, it is one of the reasons that we love traveling with our home on our back, and we do have, you know, he's a meat and potatoes man, and I, you know, I'm actually really, I eat fruit, veg, meat, very little processed foods, and you know, as I said, I can really monitor what goes in, so I can control what comes out. So for other celiacs on the road, you're not alone. It is difficult at times. It does really take the joy out of being away when you just can't go into a cafe and eat something without thinking what's in it. But you know, hey, there's way worse things in life, that's for sure. But it is one of those things that has to be considered every single day in travel life. So yeah, it's never the fun part. But anyhow, on with the day. Morning on the mighty Murray. It's quite beautiful. Not the only ones enjoying it. It is very serene. Not really my thing, to be honest, but it is enjoyable. I of course prefer it tucked in a bend where there's not another soul. Doesn't always work out that way though, does it? So this is the foreshore at Renmark. They're doing a lot of work here at the moment, which I assume is due to the flooding. They had a big levee bank here apparently. So lots of work going along there still. You can't really walk along the very front of the foreshore. So the beautiful bridge over the mighty Murray, if you're heading from Renmark to Mildura. So the road down at the moment is pretty corrugated. It's not very long, but quite corrugated. So girls, wear your best bra for this one. Yes, it's fun. It's all fun. No surprises that we've headed out. I've had a, what do you call them? Gastrolytes or something like that. Hydrolyte, sorry. Threw one of them in my bottle. And no surprises that we've found some red dirt. Red dirt at the river. So we've come to check out the river from above. Find those red cliffs that everyone talks about. So we're just actually at the moment down towards the base of Headings Lookout outside of Paringa.
Near Renmark.
Yeah, near Renmark, and the river is looking so healthy at the moment. It's definitely dried out down here, and down at the base is a spot where you can do some camping, short-term camping. At the moment the road is corrugated to get in, and I do say at the moment because there's no point in us really telling you about road conditions. You know, they just change all the time, don't they? So one minute they're corrugated, could rain the next week, and then they're totally different again every time you come here. So it's always pays with the road conditions to check with the locals. Obviously for today, for us, as you can see, it's bone dry. It's really hot in this red dirt. It's about 30 degrees, but feels a lot hotter. But yeah, really great camping area down there, and we just like to do these little recce's, even though we don't have a rig at the moment with us. We do like doing these little recce's because when we are back with the camper or even the bush tracker, and you need to call in overnight or you're en route to somewhere, it's great to know all these different spots, isn't it?
Yes, we have to put this one in our book.
Yes, put it in our book. We're old school peeps. I know you can mark it on Wikicamps and do all those things, which actually we could do as well, but I do have a little travel book too, because when you're out and you haven't got any Wi-Fi, internet, it's like, oh, just grab the book out. You know, some good things about old school, isn't there,
yeah.
Hayden? Pen and paper. Does anyone remember what that is? So we've come to the top now, which is where the lookout is. Absolutely stunning, and you'll probably recognise it because I think it's one of the most popular lookouts in the Riverland with the views.
And one in most of the brochures.
Yes, on all the brochures. So we need to get up the top of the lookout now. We just got here at a super busy time by the looks of it. We've lost our touch, Aiden, of being the only ones ever here. This is from the very top of the lookout. It is quite stunning. Do you recognise it? You reading signs there, Aiden?
Of course I am.
We could be sitting on the deck of the boat.
No.
Couldn't we, Aiden?
No, we couldn't. That wouldn't be the Fantasticos way. We need to go out and find some dirt.
No, we're out on the dirt. Yes, exactly right. This land that we're on now, Causeway Island, is actually the island that we're looking at when we're on the boat. So we had to know what was down here, and we can't get in. It's private property, but we tried. And the other reason we tried is because, as well as hearing the fish flopping in the water last night, what else did I hear in the middle of the night, Aidan, while I was sick?
Well, you told me you heard a koala calling, but it might have been my snoring.
No, there was definitely a koala across the way. If you've never heard a koala, they sound like wild pigs in the night. And yeah, I keep telling Aidan I'm going to find him some koalas in their natural habitat, but they don't seem to like Aidan. It's actually quite pretty down here. Said old Speedy Gonzales here. We'll slow down a little bit. Could actually show everyone around.
You mentioned getting food.
Yes, I mentioned lunch. And all of a sudden we were in a hurry. Where are we? Oh, that's pretty. As you say, it looks a bit like, not that I've been there yet, Aidan, you have, but looks a little bit like Mungo National Park. Same sort of colouring?
Yeah.
Yes, that's on my list. My tick list. When are we going there?
Sometime.
When we've got a rolling home back?
Yeah.
This is our next stop in Paringa, Cammie's Antiques. Yeah, we just like a little fossick around. Particularly since we're setting up our home base, we've decided to only put things into it that we really love. And when we bought it, it was partly furnished. So therefore, I was just saying that with the new home base, we're only buying things that we really love.
Yep.
Otherwise, they don't go into the house. So we both love, yeah, a good fossick through an antique store. The older you get, the more I think you appreciate these things. Seems to be our experience anyhow. What was that?
You want to put a spring in your step?
I need a spring in my step because I just fell down a grass ditch. Nearly sprained my ankle proper. God, this is not the trip for me, peeps. It's not my finest hour, this little trip that we're doing today. An hour later, we haven't even got in the door yet. I just said an hour later, we haven't even got in the door, the front door. We were just having a little laugh about the conversations back in the day that weren't so private. Unless your phone cord stretched all the way to your bedroom or the pantry, and especially with these ones on the wall, everyone was listening all the time. Did I just find the present for you that was going to make you rich, Aidan? Surely this is Irish. What is this? What is it? Obviously it's a beer.
The tank
Stone.
to help you pick your numbers.
And you pick your lotto numbers.
As long as you only have 6 numbers.
Does that mean every time you have a drink you pick a number? I like it. Another hour, another lookout. This is the Rotary Tower lookout at Renmark. Making you climb up all the towers, Aidan.
Yes, I know.
You really secretly love it, don't you? Hey?
Yes, well, I'm trying to keep it a secret.
It does show you what a food bowl the area is. I'm just chatting to the lady at the antique shop and she said the humidity is so humid here today and it is really kind of messing with the fruit growing in the region. So another thing that they have to contend with, I guess. Absolutely stunning though. This is the beautiful Paringa Bridge. If you're going between Renmark and Mildura, the old Paringa Bridge over the Mighty Murray. You can actually walk down the centre of it. We might have been inclined to do that had I not just twisted my ankle. Just to say we'd done it. It's right on the Riverbend Caravan Park, which a lot of you might be interested in. A couple of big caravan parks here. The Riverbend and the Big Four, which has got a big kids park. So see, Aidan, there is koalas.
No, it's just
Koala signs. I heard them with my own ears, surprisingly, at the river. There's also this great splash park right on the riverfront at the end of the main drag. Great one for the kids to come and have a little play. Particularly like the moment when it's pretty warm still. So full circle doing the tourist thing today. Back into Renmark. If you haven't been to Renmark for a while, which I hadn't, it's looking particularly gorgeous at the moment. In the main street they've had these new toilets built. It's looking really, really good. There are a few empty shops about though, so that's always a bit disheartening. Seems to be life in the smaller towns after COVID, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At least this is not so
Relatively even.
oh, it feels like a long way round.